welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like and comment. I want to share a story with you today. It's about me getting a job as a nurse without any degree or diploma or certificate. It was 2011 when I was working as a nail technician at the salon. Then one day I decided to go to a crusade, and that crusade, there was this pastor who was preaching there, and he said there is someone who's having a 1,000 on her pocket or his pocket. Please come forward and you will see what God will do for you. Because it was my payday that day, I got I was supposed to get paid 2.5. Then this my boss decided to give me 1,000 rand, and he said he will give me another 1.5 later on. Then I didn't want to go forward. I was so scared, and I was like, no, how can this person know that I have 1,000 rand on my pocket? Then he repeated himself. Then after, there was a voice whispering on my ear and saying, it is you. Then I went forward. I was crying. After that, pastor hugged me, and he said, thank you for obeying the word of God. You are going to get a job where you'll rate 500 a day. He was whispering in my ear. I was like, disbelief. I didn't believe him. Then I went home after church. After that, I lost the job that I was working as a technician, because the boss didn't want to pay the other 1.5. Then I decided to stay at home. I didn't want to go back to work anymore. Then I used to sleep a lot. I used to sleep until around 1 p.m. Afternoon. Then one day I went to church. It was Sunday, and the pastor was preaching, and he was like saying, you are always sleeping. Why can't you go and wear neat clothes and say you are from the job, or maybe you get and you passed your interview. uh, do something, don't just sleep. Then one day I decided to do that. I just wake up and wash my body. I clean myself, and I went to I went in nice clothes, and I went to Boksburg. I just went to the Department of Labor. Then I came back, and I told my friend that I'm from the interview. I passed the interview. Then my friend was like, wow, you are applying faith. I was like, yes, that's what our pastor told us on Sunday. Then I did that twice. And even the following week, I did the same thing. Then after a week, I got a call from a lady who was with me, who was going. We went to the same church, but on Saturday. I used to go to church on Saturday and on Sunday. Then this lady told me that there was people. They want people they want to train as nurses, and they must call this number. Then she gave me that number. After that, I called the number, and the lady I was talking to, she told me that I was the last person, because they wanted 20 people, then they got 19, and I'm the 20th person. I was like, okay. Then he directed me where I was supposed to go. And tomorrow morning I went there. I was the first person to arrive there. I arrived at 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I was standing outside, and the boss was looking at me. I thought he was also looking for a job, but he was a boss. Then he was looking at me. Then after that, everybody arrived, 20 of us. Then we were 20. Then we got in and he said, I want you on top of the list. Then tomorrow you are starting. I was like, is this an interview? He was like, yes, you are. This is an interview. You have passed your interview. Then tomorrow morning at 5, you must go to this place. Then he gave me directions. Then I went there. Then I worked, and he told me that you are going to rate 500 for that day. I'm going to pay you 500. I was like, 500?